Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard.
patient person, a patient Jew, and I'm here for my dead English bongos, and what I deserve. I mean, short, sweet, and to the point. I wish it could be like this every Tuesday night at 7 for Blvd Bullies versus the world, but that's another plug for another time. You know, there's another half to this equation. The individual who was mandated by the very good Judge Joe Trenza to issue the public apology and return the family heirloom that he so viciously attacked you and stole from you. So with that said, please join me in welcoming Ringside Shaw. The people are here. I really don't have any time left to wait. So Sean, let's get to it. I'll hold it.
Well, first and foremost, I'm here to deliver an apology. An apology to you, Brian. A few weeks back, I did something I regret terribly. But, like I said, the bongos are back, and I am truly sorry.
Hit him.
Change your music.
Hit him with a drum.
The bongos!
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the bongos! The family heirloom has been returned. The apology has been issued.
so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
Whoa! Wow! Well, hello again, friends. Hello again, Bullies family. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the longest running episodic podcast on the Blvd Bullies YouTube channel, Blvd Bullies versus the world. Yeah, we had a quite the eventful weekend. I am your host, PK, with the Blvd Bullies, and I am joined by three men, regardless of their morals, what side of the aisle they are on in this massive, month-long, week-long, year-long, really, conflict. Three men I can't be more proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, we're switching it up today. Former boat owner, Price is Right Showcase Showdown winner, the voice of XPW, CZW Hall of Famer, my wrestling father. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Legend. Of course, we have somebody who, this seems to be a recurring theme. Thank God you didn't get rid of that neck brace. A man who was viciously attacked by Kid Osborne 1 year, almost 1 year to the day since he attacked you as a fan. We got a lot to go over. We need your health update. Ladies and gentlemen, Bad Take Bry, Ginsburg, July, the merch guy.
Health is not good. Feel like shit.
Bro, that flows. Bad Take Bry, Ginsburg, July. Bro,
Yo,
and
I wanted to make it a bit
from now on.
I wanted to
Bad
make it.
Take Bry, that shit fucking slaps.
I wanted to make it a bit too because I know that it's actually July Ginsburg, so I feel like I'm always going to do Bad Take Bry, Ginsburg, July, the merch guy, and then, as always, every single time Brian will go, July Ginsburg. But he's probably fucking concussed. You know what I mean? He didn't correct me this time.
Severe concussion.
I believe it.
Fractured skull. Fractured skull.
I gagged at ringside next to your
wife. Broken orbital plate. Look.
Oh, jeez.
Good God.
I feel like your eyes are looking.
God.
I feel like they're looking almost exactly like they were after Kid attacked you. Do you think you have some kind of... Well, we'll get into it later. And ladies and gentlemen, the man who, for better or worse, everybody wants to hear from this weekend.
I don't think you should intro him.
Shouldn't even intro him. He's locked up. I got him behind bars. Oh, my God. Is that the shirt? Hold on. Okay, let me remove you from jail just so we can see this shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, love him or hate him, got a little bit more cheered. Brian got a little bit more booed, and Sean got a little bit more cheered than I expected. But ladies and gentlemen, the Deathmatch Doctor. I think we got to come up with a new nickname. Because, wow, Sean, what a showing by you.
I have one. Ringside Snake.
The ringside, some may say, the ringside snake, ringside Sean. The Deathmatch Doctor, sole proprietor and owner of Ringside Relics. By the way, Ringside Relics stock this weekend through the roof, Brian. All-time high sales. I don't know why. But ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Sean. I'll still clap for him.
I'm born the same day as him, and rather than Ringside Snake, I feel like Ringside Pit Viper. Not
the
Viper,
Hollywood Pit Viper.
Pit Viper. You understand?
Yeah.
Because they strike.
And because the glasses.
Like cowards.
Sean, before we get a statement from you, I guess I speak for everyone when I say,
damn it.
Just to put it into a simple wrestling trope. Why, Sean, why?
Why not, Pat? Why not?
That is
the perfect opportunity, the perfect place, the perfect time, the perfect idiot. I seized an opportunity. I grabbed it. I owned it. It's mine. I did that. I got Kit there. And look at you. Broken orbital bone. Little fractured neck there.
Orbital plate and fractured skull, you goddamn snake.
Guess what? You're lucky that's all you got.
Yeah. I mean, thank God Tarzan came to the rescue. You know, it was weird because we had Vinny there, we had Amanda there, and I was there. I got up from, I got blessed by a whole nother situation. I could care less about what the fuck you guys are doing. I got blessed. I was just sitting doing commentary. But, Jesus Christ. I mean, we were all to the ringside area, ironically enough. And, you know, there was like an invisible wall. Like, it was all happening so fast. I didn't know if I should get in the ring or not. But we were all appalled. You know, I would be lying if I said that I wasn't expecting something to happen. Just because you know, the promo that you cut for XPW is a little smug. There's been little, like, cracks in the foundation of apology. But I did not think that you were going to have Kid Osborne enter the ring and not only fucking smash Brian with a tube, but carve him up, bleed him out, and then the fucking worst part, the high five and the DDT was absolutely fucking awesome. I mean, terrible.
Well, thanks, Pat. I think it just shows what two people who are on the same page could get done together when they do it the right way. Brian, we've had opportunity multiple times, my friend. Multiple times. But you chose to take your own highway. Lead us down that highway. We didn't want to ride that way. We were going another way. You want to take me into the sunset this way? Guess what? I'm not ready for a sunset. So, Brian, you got what you so rightfully deserve, my friend. And I hope the ass whooping that you got was something that you will remember for the rest of your goddamn life.
Well, it's certainly something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Before we get, Brian, I want you to rest up, gain your energy before you respond. I want to get your take on this, Larry. I mean, you had a ringside view. You were, what do you call it? Even a closer view. You were right there in the mix. Walk us through how you felt.
Well, you know, when I arrived late, but on time, as is the case at XPW events, and I saw Sean dress in the high fashion that he was dressed on such a hot day, I knew it was about to go down.
You thought so? You sensed that something was up.
I knew that Sean in that concrete gray, fully pressed,
That Ray Liotta gray.
that Brooks Brothers, I knew that it was a good call for me to go as Caribbean Larry, because I knew that all the attention needed to be on the way that the deathmatch doctor was looking for what was about to go down.
Larry,
And
you
I
and
didn't
I are
know.
born on the same day, my friend.
I mean, I know, like Lawler, like Don Cheadle, like Chadwick Boseman. I know, like JBL. So I get it. I get the vibes. And like I said, I arrived late, but on time. But when I saw Sean dressed that way, I was like, oh my God, it's about to fucking go down.
Something was amiss.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would like to think that I might have sensed that as well, but I was tasked with the, and Larry,
Yes.
just like on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, you say to me, you don't never got to worry about me. You
Never.
never have to worry about me, Dow.
Never.
And so it was funny because I think that one of the reasons I got the nod to sit behind the table was because you were running late, but I knew in my heart, because of Tuesdays and Thursdays, you don't got to worry about Larry. So I think that you just ensued enough panic that they were desperate enough to put me on commentary. But then you show, so I feel like I was busy. I would have maybe sensed the same thing that you did once Sean was wearing a suit.
Don't you play with the court. You know something, Pat? I need an assistant. I need a secretary. I need someone to handle my motherfucking affairs. Cause bro, I accepted a booking in Brooklyn, New York, in Red Hook, Brooklyn, home of Taz, at 2:00 in the afternoon. The show that I accepted before was in the spirit of Pride. Everybody knows what Larry Legend's all about. Pride.
And it is Pride Month.
Yeah. And I figured, Newark is 45 minutes away. XPW's not starting until 7 or 8. I thought at the earliest 7, at the latest 8.
Started at 5.
Bro, I'm in the ring. I'm in the ring in Brooklyn doing the whole Pat Martini. Where are you? I'm like, this is a true fucking story. I'm in the ring, Cat Martini. Where are you? Question mark, question mark. I'm like, sorry, on the way. Like literally like, girl, I'm
in
coming.
the shower.
Dude, I'm coming and don't worry about me. Go to the backstage area and Ken Dixon, who I was traveling with from Maryland up to Newark, says to me, bro, I think we gotta go. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like 3:55. Lie to you not. It's 3:55. He's like, I think the show's like at 4. I'm like, what? I look over at Chad Minis, who was handling the ring for the show that I did. A matter of fact, I go, Chad.
Good buddy
I'm
boy.
like, Chad, do you know what time the XPW show is today? He's like,
you asked
dude, I think
Chad?
it's in the afternoon. He's like, I think it's in the afternoon. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I can't believe
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God.
I can't believe you did that.
Literal panic. What I am most impressed about, and y'all are 3 New Yorkers, so you know what I'm about to say. What I'm most impressed about was when it was time for me and Ken Dixon to boogie and get over to Newark. You know how confusing it is to get out of Brooklyn onto the main thoroughfares. Like your GPS will be telling you go straight, but there's actually an offshoot that gets you on to 278 or whatnot. Bro, by the grace of motherfucking Satan, I navigated our asses right out of Red Hook, Brooklyn, on that motherfucking pathway to Newark, and we got there at like 4:55. But yeah, rightfully so.
Well, and also
There was a contingency plan, and it's always, when it comes to me, the Blvd Bullies. So yeah, Pat, I can see why you were busy, but once I saw you, Sean, in that suit, I was like, oh, this shit it's about to fuck. Bruh. I didn't know Kit, but I knew some shit was about to go down.
And also, shout out to Ken Dixon, who we all agree, I think the fans
We love
as well
Ken Dixon. We
hope
love
that
MC.
he is
We love
becomes,
Maryland.
I think he's a great mainstay.
Maryland, boy.
Hope he's a mainstay of XPW. And, he showed up and was the first fucking match. So, Larry can, like, kind of land his plane from any direction, but this fucking guy had to do a opening match.
And bro, that, and brothers and sisters listening, that is where the real panic came. I know that my motherfucking ass can arrive at 7:57, and if the show is on at 8, I will be dressed to the motherfucking nines and in that ring ready to body that shit. I know that. But when I have a Leo Rush, when I have a Velveteen Dream, a Ken Dixon, especially a guy from Maryland getting an opportunity, dude, I was crushed. I was crushed that I was so sloppy, that I'm out here fucking around in Pride Month at a brewery. Luckily, I didn't have one drink. I didn't have one drink while I was at that brewery, but that's because I was running late for that too. But dude, I navigated our asses out of that bitch, and before you knew it, 4:55, we were pulling up to the Heart Ballroom.
So we are going to break down the matches and everything that happened after this vicious attack. But Brian, I wanted to make sure that the sign behind you was clear, because basically a year ago, you were doing what you love to do, and that's have a great time at these XPW shows. And you heckled Kid Osborne. I think, who was it? Kid Osborne versus Schlack.
It was.
And you heckled Kid Osborne to the point where he threw a legitimate punch at you.
Hit me with the tube.
He cold-cocked him.
Yeah, he cold-cocked you with the
Cold-cocked
tube.
him.
You blocked it with that
It's called a
sign.
cold cock.
And then
Cold cock.
and that led to a whole thing getting to the
Cold cock.
backyard barbecue. You know, leading to the backyard barbecue where you had to choose a champion and Kit wrestled on behalf of himself, and he fucking lied in wait for a year, somehow linked up with Ringside Sean, and a year later attacked you. How many times have you been attacked by Kit Osborne now? Like 4 or 5 times.
This was the 4th time that I was attacked by Kid Osborne.
Yeah, that is true. That Pork Chop in the Express. And by the way, thank you everybody in the chat, and thank you to everybody who supports the show, watches the show. You know, you guys are partially responsible for us gaining this trust and all these things that it takes to, you know, get some ring time. I mean, Sean put us in serious jeopardy. Rob doesn't like when wild shit happens, Sean. So, you know, there was many apologies that needed to be made.
You know, you talk
They
about
had to waste a Band-Aid on Brian backstage. You know, and you know how they need their Band-Aids for these death matches, dude. But Brian, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I do. You talk about trust, right? I'm a very trusting person, and I'm a good friend. People, I might be a little crazy and say offensive shit, but I'm just having a good time in my own way. And I trusted my friend, who I thought was my friend. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I should have never trusted you, and it was my own mistake. And you'll get yours. You have what's coming to you.
Listen, some of our
karma.
Because there were a lot of different events happening this wrestling weekend. There was XPW, of course, that had the Blvd Bullies fingerprints all over it. There was XBW, and there was the H2O. And what we're going to talk about mainly today on this show is ourselves and the show that we were at, with maybe some sprinkles of shit talking here and there. But I want us to get back to normal.
Can we play back the clip of Brian getting hit in the head with the tube?
No, we can't, Sean. It's 6 minutes long. And shout out to Rose, who was there.
Fine.
Was Rose in on this? Did Rose know about this?
No, she didn't. And, you know,
I'm not even going to say anything.
This situation has not only affected my work, it's affected my home. It's something I had to do to fix everything. So, no, Rose is not happy.
Well, if you treat Rose half as well as you treat your friends, I'm surprised she's still with your fucking snake ass.
Brian, leave the wives out of this.
That's why you got your ass handed to you.
Okay, I have.
What do you mean, Sean?
Shut your mouth.
You're a goddamn pussy.
Okay.
And you have to lie and hit people from behind. If you want to be a man, you speak to their face and hit them in their fucking face like a man,
Brian,
sir.
I hit you while you were on the floor, and I stomped you while you were on the floor. I didn't hit you.
You had your fucking small little baby friend hit me from behind with his tiny fucking feet.
Pat, when you're ready to grab the conversation by the wheel and steer it the opposite way.
I just love how Brian always defaults to making fun of the size of Kit's feet. They don't look particularly small.
Guess what? The man kicked your ass, brother. He kicked your ass. 10,000 strong, brother.
He jumped
like a pussy. Right, thank you, Larry. You can kick anyone's ass if you jump them from fucking behind, dude. Yeah. It's cheap shot. Well, just like you.
Either way, you were outnumbered.
Snakes.
Listen to me. Sunday was surreal. For better or worse, whatever happened, it's like got to be at the very least top 3 nights in Bullies history.
You did commentary with the goddamn Necro Butcher.
And I got to do comment. I got to not get hit with a tube, not have to exert myself physically. I did help set up the ring, Brian.
You did.
What did you do?
I got to do commentary with the Necro Butcher.
No. You said you got to set up the ring. What do you mean? You got to carry boards?
I was in the mix. I was in the mix.
The cables? What
Yep.
did you do?
He was a chink in the chain. He was a chink in the chain.
I was a chink in the chain, dude. Just as equally important as every other chink. I wasn't half-assed it. I was grabbing the stuff. I was getting the stuff handed over that concrete wall from the truck. I was helping out. I was saying, no, don't do that. Move over here. Grab it over here. Okay, let's do it this way. You know, I was fucking, and then I was like carrying it in. And then I was like, okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I did the deal. Whereas last time, I was so insanely hungover that I sat
remember.
in the van, like it was my coffin.
I remember.
Yeah.
I'm Judge Judy. I remember.
So,
well, I will say to you that you helping with the ring probably helped you get the commentary spot. If you were just being a fuck off doing something else, you would have not got the commentary gig.
I was,
Brian,
yeah, that's probably true.
Brian, that didn't even need to be said.
I said it.
Acknowledge
That was
the fact that
insane.
he fucking
That
did
was
the
insane.
MJF. He did the MJF and
That
ROH.
was insane. That
Okay?
was insane.
Calling it back to Blvd Bullies. Pat did the MJF and
dare
ROH.
you.
Now he's AEW
How
champion.
dare you?
Shut your mouth.
You know, and it's true. Like actually,
Sean, what's going on over there?
after a night
How
like
dare
that, it is like, you know, I will briefly allow myself to think about not only what happened the night before, but think about stuff like that, Larry, like the ROH MJF thing, things like that. And sometimes
We ran up on him carrying barricades.
somebody, I forget who it was, but a wrestler told me that you got to stop and you climb every day. You climb every single day to try to move up 1 inch. And sometimes it's nice to stop and turn around and enjoy the view. So after Sunday and what you guys did, even though it fucked Brian's face up, and it absolutely horrified his wife Amanda, who was ringside. I don't think Vinny Dudes is ever going to work with us again. We hired him to film the apology. He was beside himself.
Your lips, even though I was shocked by what was going on at Brian, at one point I looked next to me and I saw Amanda also looking shocked. And like I stopped and I was like, fuck Brian, Amanda's lips look amazing. And then I was like, oh wait.
Amazing lips.
I was like, oh wait, back to Brian. Because that's why she looks that way. But yeah, Amanda, you were looking great. Sorry you had to be screaming.
Yeah, she was just at ringside like, no.
She trusted Sean too. She
Yeah.
could.
Amanda and I collectively gagged and moved our hands hither and thither. We tried to, at one point, I tried to grab Brian by the fucking foot and pull him. And Sean, didn't you like stomp at me?
Larry,
Didn't you like stomp at my hand?
Larry, again, born the same day as I. I'm sure you know when you put the jacket on, there are a lot of stuff up the sleeves. So
I
I'm
don't even know what
sorry.
the fuck you're talking
What are you
about,
talking
dude.
about?
Sorry.
What the
All right.
fuck you're talking about?
I
Jesus
mean-
Christ.
Okay.
Fuck your sleeves.
Hey,
You're
hey,
a goddamn
hey,
idiot.
Hey, you know what?
Let's talk about the show.
I know what I'm talking about, and guess what? I don't give a damn what you think. All I care is about the next time I'm gonna lay waste to your ass.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Oh, I'm
So,
happy. I'm
listen.
happy you feel that way. I'm
Listen,
happy you feel that
well,
way.
I'll make
I
sure
would
not
like
be
to
trying
see
get you out
you
of-
come at me from the front and see what happens to your fucking dumb ass.
C-U-M.
Right.
Anytime, any place, Brian. Remember that. Anytime, any place.
So then why'd you come at me from behind like a pussy
All
then,
right,
dude?
listen, stop it. I was
Because hold on. What did I say a few weeks ago about Jerry the King Lawler bum rushing the Hitman at the 1993 King of the Ring? And yes, Brian, don't get me wrong. Lawler did some pussy ass shit. He jumped Brett from behind. But bro, that motherfucking shit started the feud of the fucking year. So that man who's tried to stop my hand, I fell back because I said that suit means a lot. Kid Osborne means a lot. Your wife at the ringside area screaming next to me means a lot.
I want to try to get back to normal on this program. For weeks and months, this whole situation's been boiling. It's been bubbling. The curtain's been pulled back. The curtain's been pulled shut. It's been pulled back again and then shut again. There's been twists and turns, fucking tubes and kicks. And I want to get back to some kind of sense of normalcy here on this show.
I'm sorry, Pat.
And listen,
I'm sorry.
And I want to talk about the joy that I was experiencing in riding to the show, sharing ideas, thinking about the show, doing what makes me, to borrow a phrase from Brian, come. But before that, we have to resolve this, and I have figured out a solution. I have a solution. I have a pitch.
Figure what out?
I have a pitch for you guys. I want to put this to bed, or at least put a pin in this.
Okay.
Before we put it to bed. Obviously, Brian's got the injuries, but he's also got the bongos. Sean is like just possessed by Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate. And I want to at least try to like set something up. Let me give you a pitch, okay? And Larry, I want to hear what you have to say about this too. And in the chat as well, thanks for watching. Let us know. And on the comments. Blvd Bullies Backyard Barbecue of Death Part 2. The sequel. Okay?
All right.
Representing Brian, the man who made the save at XPW. Look what you made me do. Brian's previous champion, Tarzan Duran. Representing Sean, of course, the perpetrator, the man who fought Brian last year and fought Tarzan last year, Kid Osborne. Okay? Maybe we do the same location. Maybe we do a different location. But at the end of the day,
I got to talk with my client first, all right?
Bongos on a pole, a stick, a clothesline, bongos on a balcony, bongos strung up as high as we could do them. Kid Osborne versus Tarzan Duran. You know, maybe we'll come up with a cooler alliteration for it. But it's a bongos upon the pole match. Tarzan versus Kit. And I'm going to tell you something else, Sean. There's another wrinkle. Since, you know, it's all but been decided 100%, I mean, the rumors are swirling. I'm basically the new head commentator of XPW. So this refereeing stuff, the shit that I did last year, is beneath me. I'm no longer going to be refereeing this match. I'm going to be giving the fans a real treat. I'm going to be commentating the match with Larry, which we were so close to doing on Sunday, Larry, and we're so close, but not there yet.
I mean, there was really.
I was trying.
We know who was running the formatting, Gorilla.
So, me and Larry are going to be doing commentary, which leaves the referee spot open, and I am going to search high and low for a special guest referee. So we're going to make the sequel to Kit vs. Tarzan exponentially better. We're going to make it bongos on a pole with a special guest referee of my choosing. And, you know, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Rob Black adopted Brian. I'm pretty sure that Necro Butcher adopted me. And I'm not even going to ask him. So.
What you're telling me is you want me to risk my dead uncle's bongos.
Yeah, put it at risk.
That are very, very sentimental to me. What do I get?
I think it's like this.
What does Sean get if he what do I get
this.
if I get
Here
the
you go. Here are
like
the
all I
stakes.
get is
Here are the stakes. Sean, I mean, obviously there's only one option for Sean. It's hair. If Sean loses, hair comes off. Sorry,
All
bro.
right, wait a minute.
And
Hold
if Brian
on.
loses,
Now,
wait,
let me
let me get the stakes.
No.
What?
Let me balance the
Iron
scales.
Jake,
Let me
what?
balance the scales, right? If you lose, hair comes off. If Brian loses, he has to step down as the admin of Deathmatch Elite, and he can, you ready for this? Listen, he could be in the Rob Black Show chat. He could go to dinner at Rob Black's house, but he can never attend an No, you know what? Here's something better. He can still attend XPW shows, but he can only sit second row or later. You can never sit front row at another XPW show, and you have to step down as the admin. Does that
I'm
tip
sorry,
the scales?
Pat, hair.
Hair
Something's
versus-
You want to put
something's
you want to
gotta come
put my
off.
hair up.
Something's got to come off of Brian. It's
I would-
not
okay,
like,
well,
no.
Brian doesn't have
Yeah,
anything
come
as
on.
luxurious as.
I have hair, dude. I have long ass hair, bro.
Maybe,
All right, hair
maybe,
versus hair.
hold on.
I have
I'd
long
say-
ass fucking luxurious hair.
Dude, hold
Bro.
on. I'd say the only thing that you could signaturally cut off of Brian is it's Sean's locks versus everything Brian has.
All right, so shaved head, shaved face, shaved
Yes.
eyebrows.
Yes. Yes. Get off of the
All right,
cage.
well, whatever. We can talk off air about the stipulations, but at the end of the
I
day,
have
it's
to talk-
bongos on a pole.
Yo,
I
my
have to
cat is
talk to
going
Kit
crazy
about
on
this.
the fucking table. Get off.
I'm not sure
Not
if
a
this is
tool.
what he's gonna want to do,
That's not a
but
tool.
like I said, I'll speak to him.
Alicia, that's not funny.
I don't think you get
Not
to
a tool.
fucking decide, bro. That's the fucking
Okay.
stipulation of the match.
Not a
Are you,
tool.
if
All right,
either you're
we'll
gonna
work-
take it or
okay,
you're
listen.
fucking not, dude.
Listen,
Don't
we'll
be a
work out-
bitch.
Okay, hold on. We'll work out the stipulation, but it's gonna be double stipulation because it's already gonna be a bongos on a pole.
I thought you were so confident, motherfucker. What happened to your
All right,
confidence?
hold on.
dude?
But the reason I wanna set this into place, I don't know a date yet. We'll talk about the steps. We'll announce all that stuff next week. But I just want to propose bongos on a pole, Backyard Barbecue 2, Tarzan versus Kit, the sequel. Winner gets the bongos and some kind of amazing. You want to do like 5 minutes alone again, like you did last year? I like the idea of something even more serious.
I completely accept hair versus hair.
Well, that's
Hair
because
versus
Sean
hair
has
and the
beautiful
bongos.
hair versus hair and the bongo. All right,
Fuck
well,
you,
let's talk.
dude. I have beautiful fucking long hair. Suck my dick.
I mean, if you really want to shoot, I say
Trying to
hair
work here,
versus
Alicia.
Brian. I say hair versus Brian and the Bullies.
I
Shoot.
like that, Larry.
Oh, so Brian
Shoot.
has to leave the Bullies.
I like that.
That's it. No more Amanda July Ginsburg. No more signs.
Well,
Right.
I'm
You
always
can
gonna, I'm,
Sagittarius.
she's always going to be Amanda July Ginsburg unless
If
she
you-
divorces me.
Pat can okay this.
All right,
You never
if
know.
Sean's hair versus you getting divorced.
You never know.
No. I want him out of the group.
All right, we'll talk about it.
I
We'll
think
talk about
that's the scales of justice.
I want him
Sean's
out.
got
it. Well,
some
then it's
beautiful
loser
hair.
leaves town. Then it's just loser leaves town.
I really hate that you guys are saying that like Sean has such beautiful hair when my hair is down, and
You
guys,
never show, bro.
You never show it. You never show it.
bro.
I'm showing you right
When
now.
Sean-
Dude.
Too little, too
When
late, Brian.
Sean let that mane flow
Like
in the hard ball
95
run, I
Bob
actually
Holly.
was on his side for a
Jesus
second.
Christ.
For 1 second, I was like, "Yeah, Sean, kill him." But then I gathered myself, and I was like, "No, I don't want to see my friends fight."
You're just fucking prone to Sean because you're on the same fucking birthday. God damn it!
It's
I
the
can't even
same-
stand it. It's
He
sickening.
moves like me.
Makes me sick.
We move the same way.
Jesus Christ.
All right, listen. Here's what I want to do. I
Love
just
the
want you guys to agree to
I love the
this
hair.
culminating in a match, a high stakes bongos on a pole match between the two.
Maurice.
Can we at least agree that much like after the judgment before the wedding, after the wedding before the apology, we had a truce. So can we make at least a tentative truce until the match takes place, so that we can get on with the show?
As
I
long
mean, do
as
we have a
Sean
choice?
doesn't antagonize me as he is right now. If you don't notice, Sean is the antagonizer, and I merely just talk shit back to him
Okay.
because he fucking deserves it.
I mean, that bloody shirt is.
I'm just raising my right hand and I give you my word.
Fuck you and
I
fuck
feel
your
like
right
that-
hand.
I feel like the exact medicine that you are being dealt right now, Brian, is kind of like just like the same type of like, oh, did you have to do that? Oh, it was funny.
You're so
you?
Larry, that's absolutely insane because you're comparing jokes to violence.
But to Sean, it's a point.
And you know,
It's-
can I
it's-
also just
So his point is violence
Can I also
against
just
his
mention-
own friend.
Well, your actions can beget violence.
It's
Larry,
All
well,
in the
that-
name of
that-
it's fun.
Larry,
Sean
whenever
and
you
I
want, come
had
to my
people
side,
come
baby.
up to us at shows like, yo, do you not love SPO or, you know? Because it's fun.
Well, that wasn't direct. That wasn't really directly Brian's fault.
You can't blame
What?
me for people
You didn't
and their
want the
own
body.
stupid fucking
You
things
and
they
Rob
say.
Black
Okay,
want
okay,
the body.
okay,
You
okay.
didn't want the body.
Okay.
Pat, what
listen.
were you gonna say?
I'm gonna find a special guest referee for this match. We're all gonna find a time sometime in July,
Contract
Ginsburg,
signing.
the month of July, Ginsburg, to do this match.
That's what it is from now on.
Okay.
From
I
now
need a
on,
contract
that's how I love
signing.
the
I
month
need-
July.
Hey, listen, last year we
I
did
usually
a,
hate
okay,
July.
All right. Last year we did a contract signing. This year we're gonna do the contract signing. We're gonna do the match, the sequel to the match, but it's gonna be even bigger, so even better, so even more bongos, two times the amount of bongos.
Only one bongos.
Oh,
my
so
dead uncle's
two
bongos.
equals a bongo.
Right.
Okay, so
There's,
one more
there's
bongos.
no such thing as just a bongo.
than
One
last
bongo
year.
is called a.
I feel like the dead uncle's bongos were used last year though in the match.
were.
Mickey and Tessa.
Well, no, even in the backyard barbecue last year.
No,
they were
They've been
no,
used a
They
lot.
were.
They
They
were.
were.
used
My
a
dead
lot.
uncle's
All right.
bongos debuted at the fucking barbecue.
So right here,
my
right
uncle
now,
died.
right here, right now, can all of us agree that we're gonna find a location? We're gonna work on Kit and Tarzan schedules. We're gonna, all band together and buy a ladder or borrow a ladder and do this bongos thing, and we'll come up with the terms. Next week we'll have the terms. We'll have the what's at stake next week, and then a date TBD. You know, I can't wait for Vinny's footage is going to come out. There's a lot of stuff. We're probably going to ride the Brian injured wave for a little bit before we transition into the match. But I want to just present it so that we could take a deep breath and do the show a little bit more normally. Not only this week, but next week, leading up to, the match. And then after the match, whatever happens, happens. Oh, God.
Sean's just a real fucking idiot.
Not saying
Brian.
anything.
I think we're all fucking idiots.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely for sure.
I'm just
think you
like
have your
Sean.
idiotic
Sean's
ways,
wording
I have
his
my
mouth,
idiotic
the
ways,
words. I'm just
Sean,
saying it
Pat.
out loud
Okay.
because I have
So
balls.
can we have a truce? Can we just say right now, 49 minutes into this show?
I don't think Sean is mature enough to take a truce.
Well, why don't you show a leap of faith and just agree to take a truce for now?
I agree. I'll agree to take a truce, buddy.
Until the match.
Truce until the match.
Truce until the contract signing.
Okay, fine. You know what? We'll work on the details of that. But for right now, at least until the end of this episode, can we have a truce?
Fine.
Thank you
Fine.
so much. Now let's talk about me. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get to Larry's favorite part of the show.
Yay. The giveaways.
Brian, do you have the arm strength and wherewithal?
Even in my injuries, I bring the giveaways for the Bulls of the Wood. And last week's giveaway,
Bulls of the Wood, Daddy.
Bulls of the Wood, Daddy.
They're called the Bulls of the Wood.
Archspire signed poster. You had to comment on last week's video to get it. Now Patrick's
Cool
going to read the
shit.
comments and then shake
Brian
it up.
always comes with the cool shit.
For our fans. We love our fans.
I know
Some
this is
people,
my
some
favorite
people
part,
don't
but I
appreciate
have
their
no-
fans.
I'll
we
be right
here
back.
at
I have
Blvd
no
Bullies
flame in
versus
front
the
of me.
world
I will be right back.
appreciate the fans.
Larry just left for his favorite part of the show.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'll
Okay,
be
we'll
right
be right
back.
back. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip a coin because all-time low comments last week, only 2. I'm only seeing 2.
There was more than 2.
I'm not
It's
seeing-
there's something fucked up, bro.
Okay.
There was definitely more than 2. I can go to the Facebook right now or the YouTube and tell you and read the comments because there's more than 2.
That's
But
so
we don't have-
strange.
It is strange.
There's been a problem that I said I was going to fix, and I didn't even look at or think about all week. Because we had a big thing happening. Yeah, I'm seeing 5 comments. Okay, cool.
5 comments make sense. That makes sense.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm going to have to look into it one day, but probably not for a few years. Axel knows 90. How dare you, Sean? You and the clit. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a 1 day ago comment. So
Wow.
this is from the actions on Sunday. How dare you, Sean? You and the clit are going down. Juberg, I hope you already have consulted with your sister lawyer. We need tag team action. You and Tarzan versus PC Principal and clit. Wow. Well, I mean, look, I'll tell you this.
Truce, there's a truce, Sean.
Let me pull the curtain back a little bit. When we were thinking about this whole thing, everyone was very excited, and there was a lot of things talked about. And I hope that it's obvious to everybody that we're not just some fan hitting themselves in the head with a tube. We are not doing something like that. More often than not, we'll ask to not be involved. And sometimes the right people say the right things to us. And so curtain back, I just want to say that. And I want to say I'm really proud of you guys. And that I forgot the other thing I was going to say. Oh, and in regards to that comment by Axel Knows, when you're thinking about talking about things, there are a lot of things that are said, and you want to, at the end of the day, operate within your wheelhouse, and you don't want to do something that could go catastrophically awry or insult somebody. For instance, like the man who I had to sit next to, the Necro Butcher. And by the way, Larry, I engineered a whole thing so that the Necro Butcher didn't have to give his thoughts on the apology between two YouTube wrestling podcasters. And we made it a big deal that Necro was coming in for the second match, the first action. And I tasked John Andy Lawler with wheeling him, which I think he enjoyed doing. I think that was a right guy to ask. And we had all the fans move. So I think that was a great thing. But so in answer to your tag team question, we would never be like that. You know what I'm saying? We would never be like, when wrestlers say fans shouldn't be involved, I'm not saying we're not fans, but like we're just operating on another level. So that's just peeling the curtain back. Let's peel it. So there's not going to be a tag match. There's not going to be a tag match.
I'm sorry. What did I miss?
Nothing.
What?
We're closing the curtain. We're closing the curtain. Fans in the comments are asking for a. We're reading the comments. We're doing your favorite part of the show, Larry.
I thought it was the giveaways.
Oh,
okay.
That's what
okay,
we're doing.
I'm sorry. What?
So Axel Knows said that he wanted a tag team match between Brian and Tarzan versus Sean and Kid Osborne. And I was just kind of saying, I pulled the curtain back for a minute before I closed it again. And I said, hey, when you're thinking about stuff to do, you think about your role and who you are in the thing. And, you realize like that you're not a wrestler and you got to do things that a non-wrestler would do. And so there would never be a tag team match unless Brian and Sean both got extensive training.
Which is what you and Steve, original Bully Steve, did in NYWC.
Also, I will say, and Joe Gacy, by the way, a member of the Wyatt Six, booked me and Steve to do a last man standing match on his show that he ran in CZW. But it was like a joke show. There was a man versus a bear. There was like stuff like this. And
still booked it. He still booked you. You were on the show.
We also carefully crafted that as to be more like Paul E. and Jim Cornette, a manager, than we did like, you know what I mean? Right. So we still tried, yes, we did have a match, but we still tried to make it like we're two managers fighting. So that, no, there's not going to be a tag match is the answer to that question. I wanted to.
But I can.
Okay, I was like, what is going on? Sorry.
I'll keep the peace, Pat. I'm sorry.
All those stomps that Sean was throwing, you were looking pretty great. And I can't believe that Brian didn't die when he got DDT'd. So, both of you maybe got some potential. And then Axel Knows also from last week says, I can't believe Sean really said that All My Children was one of his favorite shows. I hated that show. My mom used to record over all my Monday Night Raw tapes to watch that crap.
General
Hospital
suck. Better.
You guys suck. You too, General Hospital. That's where you need to go.
It's the better
Sorry,
show.
Pat. Sorry.
Oh, All My Children is like a fucking soap opera?
Yeah, Channel 7, 1 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Larry,
back
are
in
you
the
familiar
days.
with this? Where do you land
General
on All My
Hospital was 3
Children?
p.m.
General Hospital?
My entire family, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, and anyone that has ever been in my crest has always been the Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. That was their double whammy.
You were a CBS family.
I guess. Yeah. We didn't understand people who did All My Children, or what was that one you just said, Brian? Not
General
Slanders.
Hospital.
General Hospital.
Yeah, we didn't understand those people.
Some white
we were
people
all
shit.
about Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. That was it.
Mm.
And to this day,
I want to just respond to Rhinestone Cowboy Network, which I believe is Icarus.
it is
Right?
Icarus.
He
It is
says,
Icarus Housen.
Sean
Awesome.
has Last of the Mohegan hair. Brian has Wayne's World hair. What else does he say? He says, let's peel the curtain back. XPW needs to bring back STF Media for video production. Right, so Cowboy, listen. I very, very much agree with that statement. I think that the guys who I got to sit with and work with were awesome. But
That's Icarus,
I
right?
think, but I think the crew that like when we first like met and started like chatting and your switcher dude and like the gear that you guys had and what was going on. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you. And I would fucking love to believe in a world where we're all sitting together and you actually check my headset audio. Brian's walking around the fucking arena for 45 minutes going checkity check on the PA while we're waiting for Larry. Nobody asked me to go checkity check, toast to my fucking headset. Anyway.
What was he doing, Pat? Can you say that again?
Checkity check. I think he did also insult you, didn't he? Didn't he insult you while he was sound checking? He's like, Sean's an asshole.
We're having a
I was
truce.
sitting in the bowels of the Hart Ballroom, and all I hear is this voice, this grainy voice, very much like Gilbert Godfrey, just ringing through the halls, and wasn't too happy about it. But it's okay. It's okay.
Well, don't act like a victim now because the decision had you had already conspired. The murder won.
I already knew what I was
Yeah,
doing.
exactly. So whatever. So you don't get any of my sympathy.
Terror the capital where we murdered.
Horror,
Terrible
pain,
person,
gore,
terrible thing.
death. 6 days ago, Sean consistently insults the fan each and every week he is on. Put him in jail. Would love to see some older clips of show you mentioned from the past, like NYWC. I think there is an NYWC Heart and Soul Cup commentary playlist. Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to talk about it, but that might have been like career high for me doing commentary with Necro Butcher. I used to go down to Audio Dave's Shane's house in NYWC and go into Audio Dave's like basement room, and we used to record commentary over pandemic wrestling like we were in like a vocal studio. So I would get to like take it again and be like, "Yo, Dave, punch me in here," and blah blah blah. But I was still like raw or whatever, and I don't know. I haven't practiced. I haven't thought about it. I didn't have any notes in front of me. I didn't know any of the fucking guys' names or their lore or anything. And I wholeheartedly explained that to Rob, and he said, just go out there and don't fucking blow it. So I rested on the laurels that I learned. I just
Your light went on.
grabbed a few beers for Necro and myself, grabbed a few bottles of water, did a shot of tequila, smoked a million cigarettes, went outside, paced around for a million hours, and then just let it rip.
You were in your goddamn motherfucking element, dude.
I don't know.
I've literally
I think I
seen
would,
you
if I
in the
listened back,
fucking-
I think I would heavily disagree with you. But there are
You
people in
always
the chat.
disagree with everything.
There are people in the chat saying that it was grand, so that's cool too. But anyway, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to like not talk about it because it's so fucking exciting and awesome for me. No matter how it came out, that I would talk about it like this whole show. But let's just keep going with these comments.
Word.
Brew Unstoppable says I think that the only way we can sway Patrick into being a fan of the Wyatt Six is by relating it to the one and only thing that he loves, The Sopranos. Uncle Howdy equals Phil Leotardo, a family man who is looking to avenge the loss of his brother. Wow, okay. Now you have my attention. Rambling Rabbit. Tony Blundetto, an enforcer who was in, oh my God, in the picture, but has not been seen for a while. Oh my God, Sister Abigail equals Gloria. Beauty on the outside, crazy on the inside. With all that being said, you still are interested and are willing to throw your life away. Husk the Pig, Vito Jr., Anthony Jr., a bit misunderstood, and it goes on like this. Mercy the Buzzard, Paulie Walnuts, always in the background watching, but comes out to handle business as needed.
Hefty comment.
You know what, Brew? And Brew, by the way, thank you, dude. Brew, you know, knows how self-conscious I am and was one of the first to message us on Instagram and tell all four of us that we crushed on Sunday. So thank you for that. You're a longtime friend. And I missed you. I missed you. I mean, I didn't really get to hang out with anybody, but I missed you. Sean ran out of the building. Brian was in the hospital, got some treatment backstage or whatever, came back out and was acting like a maniac. And Larry was very busy working. But thank you.
That's the whole first half of the show.
We love you. We live for you. So thank you for that.
There's a truce, you fuck.
There's a truce. A light truce.
I'm not allowed to laugh.
Jesus Christ. What's happened?
So who wins?
I'm figuring that out now.
That was a long pause. That was like a Rob Black pause.
Yeah, I was eating wings. I was eating chicken wings. Horror, pain, gore, death, Brew, unstoppable, Axel knows. 3 people. In the randomizer, I've abandoned the Newport thing because I'm lazy. Brew.
Come here.
Axel.
What do you have, a $50? A JFK $50?
Come here.
I have one of those, Sean.
Bet you do.
Horror, pain, gore, death, kill. You have won this
Horror, pain, gore,
week's
death wins a lot. 'Cause
giveaway.
They comment a lot.
This is actually a good.
Yeah, I mean,
giveaway
if
from
you
Twin.
are
He
just a
loves
fan of the
metal.
show and make sure to comment every week, like, you have a high percentage to win all of Brian's garbage.
This is not garbage.
I know,
we
I'm just
should craft
kidding.
a post.
guys
Maybe
are
we should craft a
fucking rude.
post touting our giveaways. Comments just for giveaways just for commenting.
I know.
Well,
All right.
this week's giveaway.
What is this week's giveaway, and how do you win it, Brian?
In order to get this week's giveaway, what you have to do is comment on this week's video, not the live chat, but the actual YouTube video. You have to go and comment on it. You can win a South Park movie DVD, bigger,
Movie
longer,
DVD.
and uncut, and also, oh no, a Schlack sticker. Everybody is clamoring about the young man Schlack. What's he doing? Where's he going? Now you can win this fucking sticker and this fucking DVD. Comment. That's it. I'll put the sticker
Nice.
on the DVD.
All right, so comment on that if
All
you
right.
want to win that. And you know what? Maybe I'll throw in something as well. I always say I'm going to throw in something, and I never do. Maybe
You all,
I'll throw some-
everybody always says some shit.
Beer, blood, and body slams. My buddy Kaysen, friend of the Bullies, says, Pat, your NYWC stuff was always great, except when you stole my gimmick beer from the ring apron that one time. Yeah. Basically, if there are beers around, I will drink them. So at one point at Outlaw, and I think this was really a huge step that led to my demise, Sean. I guess the Sandman came out and did a thing. And then opened a beer and left it in the ring for Tracy Smothers. Like, he opened a beer and put it in like a 22 ounce, put it dead center of the ring, and he's like, "This one's for Tracy Smothers." Hey, presents of what? You know, and he left, and I came back in the ring, instantly grabbed the beer, drank the beer, and I was like, "Are you guys having a?"
Oh wow!
Yep, that's how. I knew exactly what I was doing. And then one time with JT Kaysen, his whole thing was that he would like use beers as weapons and spit beers and chug beers. And there was like a run-in or something, and I just thought that there was like an extra few beers in the corner. And I grabbed them. And then like the crucial part of his match was like where he was looking for this like box of beers, and I had just taken them backstage and started drinking them.
Where's my gimmicks?
And I think that's the type of behavior that is going to lead to my foresight and genius getting Necro Butcher a lifetime commentary job if he so wants it. And me, just setting up the ring and sitting behind Brian probably next time. But, we'll see what happens. You guys, do me a favor. Keep clamoring. Keep commenting for the team of myself and Necro Butcher because
Just clamor for the Boulevard Bullies in general. Buy some fucking merch. Why don't you?
I think there's going to be some new merch, too. I think I want to do a Brian shirt, and I think I want to do a Sean shirt to like really highlight the rivalry of 2024 summer.
Yeah, maybe a portrait of Sean presenting Brian.
Yeah, maybe just a screenshot of the last moment before everything went to shit.
Pirouette.
Yeah, that image that made me sick to my goddamn stomach. That, but kind of in the in memorandum kind of portrait style
Sorry, I was just imagining it.
No,
Oh, yeah.
shush.
Well, can we let's talk about the show a little?
Well,
What was
let's
you
talk
guys?
about. I want to jump off that last comment before we get into the show and talk about the Wyatt Six, because last week I did say on this program that I thought it was corny and I hated it. And did you see this Whataburger thing?
Yeah.
The photo.
And
the
we'll
photo
talk more
that
about
kills
this
the
on the
business?
flagship show on Thursday night starring Larry Legend. But they killed Chad Gable. They murdered dozens of backstage people. They have dry ice everywhere. They have masks. They have all this fucking Tom Servino, fucking, H.R. Geiger shit going on.
Stop that.
Ringu, The Grudge, VHS
Come
tape,
here.
fucking 20 years too late, fucking weird shit, right? And they debut and everyone goes nuts. Internet goes nuts. Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. And then they go to Whataburger. All five of them go to Whataburger together and take a picture with a fan. They couldn't even keep kayfabe for 12 hours, dude. They have all new
Kayfabe doesn't
costumes.
exist.
They have
It
all new
doesn't
production.
exist anymore. Doesn't even exist anymore, dude. Once the Undertaker made a fucking Instagram and started posting on social media, that's the day kayfabe completely died. And it's just people. It's true. It's just like a different world. It doesn't matter if wrestlers are seen in the real world because people know that it's a show. It's it's known. It's just in the day and age that we're in with the internet and people posting and having their real world.
But can't you let it settle? They all have their own Instagram accounts.
They want to go to fucking Whataburger after fucking performing. It's not their fucking fault a fan wanted a photo.
You can't get it fucking delivered?
Leave them alone.
Anyway, what did any of you guys see what they did last night?
Yeah.
With the interview, he's interviewing himself. They had a mysterious VHS tape.
So Nikki Cross chased out Chad Gable, who was the returning Chad Gable who died the week prior. Then they had the dry ice thing in the ring. She did a crawl in, very creepy, eerie, porcelain-style mask. And then she pulled up with a box, and inside the box was a VHS tape. She gave it to Michael Cole. Michael Cole said, we got to see if our production truck in the back has some,
For the kids, some sort
of VHS.
He says we need to find a VHS machine.
A VHS machine. And we'll play this. And it wound up being the Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas little sit down there.
Larry, did you see this?
Did not.
Highly emotional.
Brian, you loved it. You said that you shed one single tear. Do you think it might have been the concussion?
It's most likely. Things make me cry, and I went through something recently, just recently with my uncle and my dad. People lose shit. It's real when you put real shit in a show. It just makes it easily connectable, and it was just really, really good
Relatable.
Well, and that's what the main line was. An Uncle Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy, who by the way looks decent now. When Bray Wyatt was doing Uncle Howdy, it did not look good. It looked lame. But the Uncle Howdy looks decent, and he's interviewing Bo Dallas. They do it. They play the VHS. They do all the effects. It's in 4:3. They have it's basically You Found the Ring Blair Witch video. It's jumping. They did every fucking effect in the book, and they were all dope. They were all fucking
Howdy's
dope.
scary as fuck.
And at one point, Uncle Howdy just flat out said to Bo Dallas, "How did it feel when your brother died?" which is like
It's-
crazy, which is like,
dude, he accuses him of using
right. He said, what do you say to people who are using your brother's legacy?
Mhm.
You know who he's talking about, right?
Well, but basically, I guess just like the critics
Jey
say,
Uso, the Fireflies.
No. Okay, well, that could be a long-term thing, but I think they were just saying, like, they were trying to just disarm the critics and say, like, what do you have to say to the people who are saying... It's a good question, honestly.
But there was a question that people were, like, talking shit about.
Right, it's on people's minds. And that was one of my criticisms of it as well.
It's crazy to think about the whole thing because Bo Dallas was obviously working very, very closely with Bray Wyatt before he perished. So he knows where the whole angle was going. So now he gets to continue it. And it's just the whole thing is very sad.
And
do you think that they did that? And sorry to interrupt you. Do you think they did that interview because of the photo?
I mean, no, I think because
it was planned. And they knew this was the direction it was going.
I think that something like this has a lot of money and design people behind it and a longer plan. Yeah,
I'm excited for it to look, regardless to, the picture and like you and I like really like,
that picture. I didn't like that picture, dude.
You want to preserve the character and the hard work that you put into not only the character but delivering the product of that character to the fans. You wanna, take care of it.
Yeah, you want to respect. You want to respect.
Yeah,
yeah.
So listen, maybe 30 years ago it would have been a whole different story. It probably would have happened. We would have never heard about it because no internet was around.
Well, and they could have told the guy no.
True.
Hey, thanks so much, man. Like, we'll sign something for you, but we just got done with doing this. Like, we don't want to do a picture right now. We'll sign some shit for you. Whatever.
I personally would have gone anyway. I would have Uber Eats to the hotel.
You got to
side
Uber
of
Eats
the ring. I think everything is just different.
So, Steve, Bald Steve, what up in the chat? Love you, live for you.
What's up, Steve?
He goes, wait a second. The Undertaker is just a regular man. Yes, Undertaker has pulled the curtain completely back. He's burned the curtain to the ground with the fire of his stepbrother Kane.
Nickelback.
But the thing is that Undertaker earned that because he fucking kept it real and never got a tan for like 40 years. You know what I mean? Like, he went on Regis and Kathy Lee as the Undertaker. That can't be, So, like, if nothing else, just to honor that. You could have waited a week before a fucking photo comes out of you guys all unmasked.
But they didn't release the photo.
I'm not even saying, like, Joe Gacy, I've been following on Instagram forever. He posts him and his wife at Disney World. Like, he posts his normal shit. Which is fine. You all could keep doing that, but don't take a photo with a fan at Whataburger. Don't even go to Whataburger. Use the drive-thru. Larry, where do you land on all of this?
I mean, Pat, honestly, I think that if you wouldn't have brought that up, I would never even known about it.
Well, it was all over the damn place. The kid posted it, and, the snitches and the cop callers got a hold of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's kind of like the legs that we give things. But who cares?
Like the Hawk Tua girl. Everyone knows her because of the stupid fucking internet.
Hawk Tua.
Did any of you guys get the chance to see?
Like, who cares? Like, it's not 1991. It's 2024.
Oh, also,
what does that mean?
One last thing before we get to the XPW show.
Well, we talked about Undertaker on Regis.
Mm-hmm.
That was 91.
Yeah, all right.
Jacob Fatu debuted on Friday.
Word.
And I just want to say that when I worked the Win show, the first ever SAT run Win show, in which I put over Virgil, and I got to hang out with Virgil, and I promoted his merchandise and traded that for a photo. Denise Salcedo was there, and she goes, "Wow, you did a great job." And I said, "Oh, great. What do you think?" I was ring announcing. She goes, "Well, I love your confidence." But at the very end of the night, Jacob Fatu and SAT were hanging out, and me and Jacob Fatu smoked a blunt together. And he told me, "Yo, man." He was under the influence of drugs at this point, but he said, "Yo, man, you're the man. Don't ever change. Don't ever let anybody tell you not to run your shit the way you want to run it, man. Don't stop believing. He didn't say that, but he didn't say don't stop believing. But he said some shit like that. And, it's just a memory. Wrestling trains you to take all these mark memories that mean a lot to you and bury them deep inside and never believe anything that anybody says. But I don't know. When I saw him splash off the top rope on Friday, it kind of
pretty cool.
Got into my mind, And once again,
let me ask you something, Pat. That time that you were hanging with him, did he ever refer to you as Oos?
Yeah, he did. He did call me Oos, dude. He did. He's like, yo, Oos. Don't ever change, blah, blah, blah. And he did the thing. But I didn't think that meant that he liked me. I just felt like, I got the vibe that it was like, that's just what he says for himself. Like, that's a trait of him, not a reflection of his opinion of me. That's just like, he's got to do that because he wants to get to where he was on Friday. So he wants to, that's what he does to remind everybody. Plus, it's fucking cool as hell. It's like Bruv, but cooler. I mean, so if you got like some kind of distant cousin who opens the door for you to say "oos," you say that shit to everybody.
Larry, you scared the shit out of me.
They always run around and knock the fucking dry food over.
Oh my god!
Look
Larry,
what you made him
that
do.
was crazy. You scared the shit out of me, Larry.
Pussy.
Sorry.
Dude,
They run
it's
around
fucking
and
loud,
knock
dude.
food all over.
That pulled this
You know
pork
what I'm
out.
talking about, Brian?
Sorry,
I'll be the bigger person than this guy over here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. How are your cats, Larry? Brief 30 seconds on the cats.
They're having a good time, I guess, because they know that I'm having a good time. So they're like, let's all have a good time. But their good time involves me cleaning up after them, and I hate that.
Let's talk about this XPW. Look what you made me do. Brian told me that he was going to. He was meeting somebody at his house at 10 a.m. So the night before, I went out to a coworker's birthday party. Didn't get home till like 5 a.m. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to set my alarm for like 10:30 because Brian's only going to be leaving the crib at 10. Wake up. Somehow, by the grace of God, 9:45, 3 missed calls from Brian, 3 missed calls from Sean, 5 text messages apiece, and Brian is circling the area of my home because he does not know the exact address. So
do you see how nice I am?
You are the best, dude. You are the best. You are the best. But I'm just laughing because everybody said to me, I got a lot of messages like, "Yo, sick Hewing jersey. You look good." It's like, that's literally the clothes that I wore the night before. I didn't have time to think about it.
Jesus.
And
you have good fashion.
We got in the van, and we traversed, and we traveled. And we were embarking on the show, and when we finally got to Newark, New Jersey, the Hart Ballroom, it was about 1,000 fucking degrees outside.
Just 1,000.
And we were now waiting outside because there was a 4-hour church service happening. Double booked.
Double booked, baby. Fuck you, Jesus.
So we went to get some lunch. We came back, and like, dude, we go and meet everybody, and there's not many people there. It's just like ring crew and like. And, like, the second that Jimmy Controversy opened his mouth, I was like, Brian, can I have the van key? And I was just about to go back in the van and turn that fucking engine on and just blast AC. I'm like, I'm not standing out here talking to fucking Jimmy Controversy for 4 hours. But then I sat in the van for a minute and I said, you know what? No. What would Brian want? He picked me up. He cared so much. He's about to get his orbital plate broken. Let me go outside and hang out. So Rob Black held court for a little bit. I got to stick my head in the car and enjoy the air conditioning that Cat Martini was enjoying. We set up the ring. Larry showed up, 5 minutes before it started, and we were off. Our segment, we fucking went over and over. I guess if there are any questions in the chat, feel free to super chat to completely fucking redirect the conversation. You could ask us about matches, ask us questions if you want, but you got to super chat it to highlight it. First match, Tarzan Duran versus Ken Dixon. Rob Black said it on his podcast. He told those guys, no hardcore shit. Just go out and have a banging first wrestling match. Opinions, thoughts, comments?
Well, I didn't fucking get to see it. I made a sign that said "Suck my Dixon," and I didn't even get to hold it.
No.
And I actually am a big fan. I like Ken Dixon. He looks like a wrestler, dude. Like, you know, if you hear someone's like a wrestler,
Stop running around.
and you see that, if you like look at that guy, you just be like, oh, that guy looks like a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Come here.
I like Ken Dixon, and Tarzan saved my life. So
I'm a huge fan of Ken Dixon. We highlighted him before, saying that, you know, he basically got there. He was the last one there. It was the first match. So with no preparation, he really put on a banger with Tarzan, your champion. Also, Necro at that point was calling him like a Maryland mine worker. He at some point I was like, oh, you know, this guy Ken Dixon, he comes from Maryland. You know, he's got the stamp of approval from Larry or some shit. Like, you know, he's okay with me. And he was wearing jeans. So Necro Butcher instantly took the piss out of it. He's like, the guy's wearing jeans. Like, what is he, like an oil rigsman? Or he said some kind of like obscure blue collar job. And he just called him that the whole time. And we were off and running. Larry, what did you think of the match? I mean, Sean and Brian were coming down from there. I mean, Sean was probably fleeing like a bank robber. Brian was getting medical attention. You were ringside. What did you think of the match, Larry? And Ken Dixon, your travel buddy, give us some inside info.
I thought it was a solid opener. I liked, and this goes all the way back to me mentioning how XPW feels the way that old CZW shows used to feel. I like the fact that a lot of the old CZW shows would just start off with a fucking match. You knew we were going to get to the fire and the brain damage and the Daddy Havoc. You knew that was coming. But the first thing you got to see was like almost like a best of the best quality one-on. Sometimes it was someone that was making a debut. Sometimes it was someone who had made a debut and people liked them so much that they were back the second time. Sometimes it was a three-way, whatever. But yeah, that goes right into what I was saying back in the day when I was like, yo, XPW feels a lot like how old 2300 Arena Zandig CZW used to feel. And if anyone should know, I mean, yeah.
And Larry, you know, I mentioned Rob outside holding court, and a Baltimore steel worker. There you go. That's what it was. Mentioned Rob holding court, and you know, I don't know. You know, I feel like we're very similar because, like, you know, at WrestleMania or whenever we film on location, if one thing goes wrong, I cut like a 40-minute promo about how everything in life is meaningless. And he was kind of doing that outside a little bit. And he was talking a lot about some of these elements that I feel like Outlaw Wrestling had that were really, really to their advantage. And he was talking about, like, you know, I don't know, he's saying a lot of things that I was like, yo, I really like hearing that. That's something that I really fucking believe in. And one of which is to start with just a good, solid wrestling match, you know, instead of just no
weapons.
Well, and look, you had tubes at the beginning, but it was manager tubes. It was manager tubes, manager blood. And then you say, so it's like up a little bit, you know, wrestling match, like, you know, the waves of it. So like I really like that too. I like that the match was just like a straight up thing. You know, and then it was at that point that I realized when Necro Butcher called Ken Dixon a Baltimore steelworker about 1,000 times that I was in for the ride of my life. Next match.
You know, Pat, I feel like that if I would have commentated that and Necro would have said that, I would have fucking correlated it to the sports ball.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have said some super gay Village People shit.
Oh, no, my friend. I would have talked about the long-standing rivalry between Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and how a lot of people don't know that the origins.
Oh, you're muted.
A lot of people
you're muted
don't
now.
know.
No, I'm just kidding. I never mute you. I never mute.
Oh fuck, dude.
Well, a lot of people
What'd you
don't
do,
know
Pat?
that the origins of that rivalry. Baltimore was the original, steel mining, milling hub of the Eastern Seaboard.
Whatever. What was the next match?
I wasn't.
I don't
there,
know.
dude.
You were commentating it. You tell us.
I know that I know that Dirty Ron versus JJ Escobar happened.
Well, that was third.
I'm not sure. And then
who
there
was the guy who lit the tube on fire and swung it?
Nathan Mowry.
So it was Nathan Mowry versus
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. You
got
it, Brian.
Brian.
I didn't even see it, dude.
Yeah, so that was a good match. Lucky 13 is awesome. I mean, to me, right there, you got Ken Dixon, you got Tarzan, you got...
Wait, who lit the tube on fire? Oh, Nathan Mowry lit the tube on fire and then hit Lucky? That's dope as
Lucky.
fuck.
I think that those are three, great mainstays of XPW. Like, I think those three guys should always be on every show. Nathan Mowry, I mean, he had one single light tube that he got from a fan. I guess he sprayed it with, soundboard cleaner and lit it on fire. Swing and a miss, though. Lucky 13 up. I think.
I love Lucky, dude.
And then we had Eric Dillinger versus Dirty Ron.
Nope, that's false information.
No, it was Dirty Ron versus somebody else.
JJ Escobar, damn it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, this was crazy. JJ Escobar had his fucking... So they started off with a weed whacker. And the whole place smelled like gasoline. And then at some point, and they did some weed whacker teasing. There's some weed whacker to the balls. Necro made some comment about somebody being on steroids, so their balls were tiny, so it didn't hurt as much as it would if they weren't. And I just felt at that point that I was on Blvd Bullies versus the world. Just try to get through, just try to protect us together. But then a nail gun came out. Sean and Brian, were you guys alive at this point to comment?
I was not.
I wasn't even around,
the second half of the show.
This is the worst review ever. Larry, what do you have to say about JJ Escobar? He's.
I saw the clip of Andy Lawler pulling a nail from the man's arm with his mouth. Right, with his teeth.
JJ Escobar is like
Alabama
kind of the innovator of fucking nail gun maneuvers these days. Holy fuck!
What?
Urka, longtime member, matriarch of the Blvd Bullies. $25 super chat.
Thank you.
$25. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, so what's the deal with JJ Escobar and his extremely large arms getting nail guns to things? Oh, my God. Hold on a second. What the fuck?
Yep.
Dude.
Yep.
Sean.
Yep.
No, come on.
Yep. Everyone, please welcome Kit Osborne.
This is fucking bullshit. Can you hear us?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. We've just been arguing for 2 hours about why Sean and you aligned and betrayed and killed Brian. I assume it has something to do with this sign that he's holding up.
And, it has part of it. Part of it. It's really more what it is, man, I see a guardrail crosser like Brian Ginsberg who wants to cheat his way to get into the ring, be a part of professional wrestling. And I'll just tell you that before anything like that ever fucking happens, he's got to get through Kit Osborne. And clearly he can't.
Well, I mean, you did sneak attack him.
No. I gave him the heads up. He had plenty. the same way, the same amount of time that I did when he's poking at my face with this fucking poster that nobody ever wants to see that part. You know, nobody wants to show that part. Just the part where I attack a fan unprovoked. Because that's what I've done the last like 10 plus years is just attack fans and unprovoked. That's what I do.
So, I mean, we're trying.
Look what you made him do, Brian. Look what you made him do.
We were talking about the rhythm of the high five to snapping DDT was pretty fucking beautiful.
That was beautiful. I held on to that fucking head as hard as I could, right where the neck is, and I just wham right on the fucking mat. I feel like I probably dented the wood underneath it.
I fractured skull, you piece of shit.
Oh, there he is, and you look great. I have to say though, I should have kept the sunglasses. They look. What are you, pink eye too? How'd you get that?
I don't have pink eye.
I
have broken orbital plate.
Oh
Piece of shit.
Oh no!
And luckily, he kept
the
neck brace.
Did I do that?
Pat, would you like to inform Kid of your offer that you have for us?
So, you know, and by the way, Kid Osborne, thank you for being on the show. I know that you and Brian are having a thing, and you and Sean's turned you to the dark side. There's a whole thing, but you know what? And you know what? I saw you at the show. I just didn't realize. I figured you were just there trying to get a match. I was happy to see you at the show. But anyway.
No. I don't need to try to get any match. You know.
No, you were there for sweet retribution.
I clearly wasn't there for the last year for whatever reason, and I don't care.
Unrelated, I think.
Probably, maybe.
So here's what I propose. Last year, you fought Brian. You won the backyard barbecue. You're 1-0
because of me.
In the most depressing. Yeah, ironically enough, Brian helped you win backyard barbecue, and ironically enough, Kid Osborne hopped the guardrail to kill Brian. It's so beautiful if you really think about it. And Kid Osborne, I got to give you credit for that. You're 1-0 at the backyard barbecue, and me, I'm just trying to continue.
Still owe me an apology, mandated by the law of my lawyer sister.
Don't hurt your neck talking too much. Shut the fuck up.
You know, and obviously, as you guys, as everybody, as the entire wrestling world knows, you know, I can't have this happening on this podcast. I'm now one half of the hottest commentary team that's ever existed. Me and Necro Butcher. So, like, I got to move on to bigger and better things. So we got to settle this. We got to settle this.
That was a good idea by you, by the way. I got to give credit when credit's due. I heard that was your idea. I don't know why that wasn't even brought onto the table.
Don't suck Patrick's dick. Don't suck Patrick's dick over here.
You know what I mean? This guy's winning me over here. This guy's winning me over. And you know what,
right,
Kid Osborne?
Pat, please continue.
Kid Osborne, I gotta tell you something.
Sean.
Wherever you heard that from, I gotta compliment and thank that person for the trust and respect, but also to, after the fact, come out and say that it was my idea. All the people that I've ever worked with. Like, wow, how nice. How fucking nice.
What's even happening right now? Why is Kid Osborne on this show?
We're bonding now. We're bonding.
Why are we talking to Kid Osborne?
Okay, so here's the deal. Backyard barbecue.
You're not talking to me at all. Pat, will you tell Brian that I'm not talking to him at all directly?
Brian, Kid Osborne asked me to tell you that he is not speaking to you at all directly.
You should tell Kid Osborne that this show, Kid Osborne wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Blvd Bullies.
Kid Osborne,
Brian, shut up and let Pat finish.
Kid Osborne, okay. So here it is.
Yeah, Pat, will you tell Brian to
Let's
listen
get a
to
hold
Sean?
of the situation here. Backyard Barbecue 2. You representing Sean versus Tarzan representing Bry. Part 2, bongos on a pole match.
I think that it writes itself. You count me in. Count me the fuck in.
And I'm not parking your fucking car.
Is that what happened last year? Did you park his car last year?
I didn't even know Larry was here.
I
Fine,
came out.
Larry.
Kid Osborne
fine.
doesn't
I
even know how to
came out.
drive. Who even gave you a license? You shouldn't even be in this fucking
Hey,
car right
Larry,
now.
did you
Jesus
park
Christ.
the Beamer last
I
year?
have a new one now. I have
came
a
out.
nice
Oh my
new
God.
car.
I came out to make sure he knew where we were. He tosses me the keys and says, "Don't scratch it up, will ya?"
That sounds racist if you ask
That's
me.
true.
Brian,
Sagittarius.
you're just saying that. That's your
Yeah,
brain's
he-
racist, Brian.
Who tosses
Yeah.
someone
Hey,
who
you-
tosses
we
someone
go
keys
back,
to a car?
You
First of
were
all, you're
ringing
supposed
the
to
bell.
hand someone. You
were ringing the
hand
bell
someone
next to me. I don't
keys.
park cars.
You hand them. You don't
know
toss
that.
them. Larry's a
Kit, don't
human
reply,
being.
Kit.
Larry's
Kit,
a
don't even
human
reply.
being.
You got it, Sean.
All right, so there you go. We have one half of confirmation. Kid Osborne, we we talked about everything that happened for so long. We're only 2 matches into the show, so we have to continue our review. Do you have any final thoughts? We'll get to you. I'll get the details to Sean.
Okay.
About the bongos on a pole at the backyard barbecue bongo bonanza
Hair
2.
versus hair.
Well, Kit, all you have to do is fight the match. None of the stipulations are going to affect you. It's between Brian and Sean.
Right.
Well, I'm heavily invested.
You still owe me a fucking apology.
I would like to say just before I go here, Pat, I think you facilitate so extremely well. I want to give you all the props in the world. You are fantastic at this, okay? And Sean, I mean, I thank you, for having the trust that you're putting in me. I apologize that you have to go through all of this with Brian. Larry, I will not make you park my car. I have a new one now. I mean, and Pat, if you could tell Brian, I think it is just absolutely a fantastic look with that neck brace that you have. And I'm sure that come this for this 4th of July.
Well, it's not going to be on the 4th of
second
July.
one?
We're going to do something else.
Okay.
It'll be in the Ginsburg July month, though.
Okay. And then during that month at the second show, that we'll probably find something that will match it. Okay. So that's all I'm going to leave with that. And again, Pat, awesome fucking job coming up with the idea of bringing Necro on commentary.
Hey, thank you.
Fantastic show. I'm a big fan of Blvd Bullies versus the World. But
I love this guy.
And Sean, Larry, you guys are doing absolutely fantastic.
That's great.
You three, you as a trio are fantastic. You are the reason why there are viewers, listeners, and probably the only reason. Or if you guys bring on any,
Not only is he racist, he's anti-Semitic too.
Oh, stop it! You stop it, Brian.
Kit, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kit.
I would not have anybody else by my side to take care of this vile piece of trash.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Nice truce. Good truce, bro.
Thank you, Kid Osborne. Well, we just had to. Listen. I mean, obviously, Sean infiltrated, sent the link to Kit, so we were just rolling with it, Brian. But the truce still stands.
Imagine if I sent the link to a random person and just had them come on the show.
I feel like you do that every single week.
Oh, what the fuck?
Kid Osborne asked me to tell you, Brian, that he loves seeing you in a neck brace with a cute pink little Band-Aid. And he hopes all the best for you.
Tell Nick, tell fucking Kid Osborne that he has really small feet and he should go suck a goddamn dick.
I'm not going to repeat those words, Brian. That's disgusting.
Brian,
all right, thank you, Kit.
Kit,
all right, thanks, guys.
I'll be in talks.
All right. Make sure you show them what you got at the thrift store today, because that was awesome. I literally have that theme song.
Written
oh my God.
in the stars.
Yep. No.
Million
It was different. It was oh no, wait, that is that one. I'm thinking of
I made it.
I made it. All right. Anyway, I'll see y'all. Have a good rest of the evening.
We'll be in touch.
Love you, man.
We gotta finish this off. Yeah.
Don't crash, Kit.
Hey,
all right.
Talk to my guy like that.
Excellent drive. Wow. What a nice guy. What a great
here,
guy.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right.
I
The
will
ringside.
say.
Listen, the ringside family only brings on the best.
Oh, the ringside family now. Oh my.
Okay.
Dude, you haven't even sent the fucking card to a fan still, so don't even give yourself. Don't
Screw
even try to put
you.
yourself
Screw
over.
the
Stop, guys,
fans.
guys.
Screw them all.
I think we have to focus
That's
on.
why no one fucking likes your goddamn cards, you goddamn idiot.
Hey!
Brian!
I think that I think that the Brian blood shirt card is going to be a high seller, but I think we should focus on what's important is that how much praise Kit Osborne gave to me, and I think that it's just very funny that Larry's going to continue to be the ring announcer. Sean is going to have his own stable in XPW soon. Brian is the right-hand man and adopted son of Rob Black. Necro Butcher has a new job commentating. And next month, you'll probably see Colin Delaney and Necro Butcher. So let me just say that Backyard Barbecue, that's all I fucking care about. And I can't wait to see what happens. And I didn't want to tell Kit that I have a special referee lined up that I'm going to research and find because he was sucking my dick so good I didn't want to burst that bubble. I feel like he thought that I was going to be the referee, so he was buttering me up, and so I like that a lot. All I need are compliments. So
let's just make sure this ref is fair on all sides. All right, that's one thing we're gonna do. Fair on all sides.
Oh, I'm gonna find somebody who's gonna call it right down the middle.
I hope so.
And they
Ref
will be the
Aubrey,
referee, and Larry and myself will do commentary. And we will. And by the way, Larry, last year that was the first time you came fully possessed, and you carried that for a whole year on commentary, being fully possessed. Larry, I was trying to get you in there to either swap me out or swap Necro out, to the point where I needed to pee so bad that I stood up from commentary, turned around, faced the wall, and peed in a bottle. Because, the show must go on, right? JR pisses his pants, I pee in a bottle. Just don't drink the beer that I peed in. And Necro Butcher, that's all he stopped calling the match. That's all he cared about. All he cared about was me pissing in the bottle.
You peed in a bottle inside the van? I think I left the bottle inside the van, dude.
No, I peed in the bottle. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah.
I left it inside the back seat, too.
So they got the van back with my rotten sandwich, my First Blood shorts, and my urine in a Voss bottle like The Rock.
Ain't getting that van back.
All right, I guess we'll rent a car next time. And then Necro actually took his cane, poked a lady who was sitting next to him and said, "Hey, this guy's pissing in a bottle." And I also loved earlier in the show when he was chasing you around in his wheelchair, hitting you with the cane, saying, "Get over here, you pencil neck geek."
You want to be part of the show? Since the show's almost over,
we have 15 minutes left, and we could run through the rest of XPW if you don't fuck around.
All right, so let's not fuck around and find out. Sean doesn't know what the fucking definition of a truce is, and I'm going to be the bigger man because I'm just a good person, and I know when to not be an asshole. I'm an asshole on my own time, and I'm not going to ruin the show.
Hey, let me ask you a
question.
Because
Sean is a piece of shit.
To end the Dirty Ron match, he lit his elbow pad on fire and delivered a Schlack elbow pad on fire elbow pad elbow drop. Do you think that is some type of start to the return of Schlack to XPW? Because to me,
Dirty Ron does a flaming elbow all the time. That's a Dirty Ron elbow.
No, that's a Schlack elbow that Dirty Ron does.
I'm sorry, you're not a Dirty Ron fan. He's done the dirt. He's been doing the flaming elbow for a very long time.
Since before Schlack fought Masada at Tournament of Death 2014.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you that Dirty Ron
16?
doesn't do the flaming elbow because Schlack does it. That's not why fucking Dirty Ron did the flaming elbow.
Yeah,
That's
but the most important thing that I hate is that he doesn't not do it because Schlack does it.
You just asked.
He doesn't not do it. Did he ask?
You asked our opinion. If Dirty Ron does the elbow because it's a thing for Schlack.
What match happened after Dirty Ron versus the guy? Was it the tag match?
I don't know, man. Oh, the Little Sicko. Yeah, it was the IWA guys. It was Little Sicko and Brad Cash versus Hillbilly and fucking.
I mean, a lot of people are saying that
Hillbilly and somebody
Little
else,
Sicko was the standout of the IWA Deep South crew. He did a splash, a twisting. He did Alexa Bliss's finisher off the balcony, fucking a
100%.
rotating.
Let's light it up.
He did a twisted bliss.
Yeah, he did a twisted bliss from the.
That's a fact.
But and that seems to be the clip that's going around. I mean, it's unanimous.
It's just a really pretty. It's a pretty angle. It's like
Well,
looks,
and Bryant
so good.
Woods and Little Sicko, I think, were the standouts who many fans are clamoring to have back. We'll get to Brian Woods in a minute. But did any of you care to share your impressions of Little Sicko and that tag match? Who's the legal man?
I didn't see the match, bro. I
didn't see the match.
I
saw the clip of him doing the twisted bliss, though.
Larry,
it was pretty sick.
You were.
I was very
ringside.
excited to see all these fucking IWA guys. I didn't get to see shit.
You were there ringside. You got any impressions, comments, concerns?
It started out. Well, I fucked it up because I thought it was a 4-way. So I said it was a 4-way fuck fest. And then when I get out there, I'm like, oh, it's a tag. So
it was like a tornado tag.
Brad Cash. Shout out to Brad Cash. A good wrestler, if the ring announcer ever fucks up, will like grab the mic and then reiterate the shit that the ring announcer just fucked up. And then it's the commentator's job to then shit on the ring announcer and be like, oh, Larry Legend must have had one too many juicy hot dogs out there.
Ooh,
I wish. This was he thought this was a fatal 4-way. It's a tag match. But yeah.
Well, don't worry, because me and Necro put your shit on everything.
Tag matches are rare in XPW. So I feel like that anytime you get an opportunity to see a tag in XPW, it's special, and maybe more possibility of a tag division.
Why not? And that's during that match is when I pissed in a bottle. At some point, Mickey Knuckles, I guess did Rob come out first, or did Mickey Knuckles come out first?
What do you mean?
There was like a confrontation between Mickey Knuckles and Rob, and it was almost like Rob ripped our storyline right from the headlines and chose his champion, and his champion was the Body.
I think that happened after.
That was after intermission.
It was both of those matches.
No, the tag match was the last one before Into.
Right. The first match back from intermission was Mickey and the Body.
Right, Rob.
Yeah, but it was a segment. It was a segment first with Rob, and then Mickey interrupting.
It was a little seg, and this was a little confusing because Rob last time at the Hart Ballroom told all the fans to go fuck themselves. You remember the show that we all wore turtlenecks to?
Yeah, Rob is heel Rob.
It was heel Rob, and he told all the fans to go fuck themselves. He told all the fucking wrestlers to go fuck themselves. Schlack spread his cheeks and pooped right in front of Rob to express his, unhappiness.
Well, if Rob brought back the Body, that would still make Rob heel Rob because nobody likes the Body.
Right, and this was great. I mean, but I don't know. I would probably have chosen a better champion than the Body. Mickey Knuckles basically kicked his ass. Mickey Knuckles took her pants off and kicked his ass. But this match was a fan favorite. Brian, were you alive and watching this?
I became alive during this match, and I witnessed Mickey Knuckles ram the Body with some horns into his asshole, and also there was a lot of thumbtacks. There was thumbtacks, and they were barefoot.
Oh, that's right. The Killbilly fought somebody that I forget, and he had the antlers. Because, like, the Killbilly is and you've seen his promo.
He fought Lucky 13.
His promo was, so we're all fucked up. Our review's all fucked up. But
Mickey had the antlers, and she used them. She asked Larry to help her.
The antlers were, like, left somewhere. Because Killbilly cut a great promo, high production value. Obviously a fan of True Detective Season 1. And then Mickey used those same antlers to drive them right through the heart of the Body. And, back and forth
the heart of his butthole.
Thumbtacks, buttholes, butts out.
How did y'all call it?
I don't remember.
Jesus Christ. It was a great... Dude, Mickey Knuckles is awesome. And the Body is dope, too. I was happy to see him back, finally.
Conspicuous by her absence, Kat Martini not appearing on the program.
She was hard at work selling merch.
Selling merch.
Slinging that hot fire.
XPW
The hoodies.
quarter sleeve shirts that I vowed
The
to steal
hoodies.
one, and I didn't do it.
Those new baseball shirts are fire.
Yeah, the Ragglers.
Literally
Three
just
That's real.
What
That
a
was
shirt.
that's. Did I say it twice?
What else happened on the show?
I don't know. I have a fucking concussion, bro.
Brian,
I'm sorry.
what was your favorite match on the show? I already know what you're going to say, but tell me what it was.
You know what my favorite match of the show was? Judge Joe Dredd versus fucking Eric Ryan.
Ooh, the main event.
The main event, dude.
The main event of the
A lot of
co-main
people.
event.
A lot of
Poor
people.
jury, man.
The honorable mention was Last Man Standing with Dr. Redacted and Masada, but the storytelling during Eric Ryan and Judge Joe Dredd with the jury was really fucking dope. How Judge Joe Dredd was refusing to cheat. Jury was trying to convince the judge to cheat, but the judge wouldn't do it.
Oh, so we got a little bit of seeds of doubt,
There were seeds of doubt, and then there was turmoil within the judge and the jury. It seems.
You
But
leave the jury
arguments-
alone.
You know,
Leave the-
Brian,
Suck
that
my
was the
dick,
one match.
Sean.
Hey,
That
come
was
on,
the one
come on.
match that was the one match that I did commentate. And that thing that
The
you
main
just
event.
brought
The main
up,
event.
the entire time that Necro and I were commentating, I was calling out that piece of shit dyke motherfucking jury on the outside,
Hey.
and how that fucking cunt is always the intangible when the judge is in there.
Mhm.
That's
Facts.
And yeah, he kept trying to help Judge cheat, and Judge was like, "No,
So how did it
Honor.
end?
But
How did it end? Because
to-
what happened is
honor." Yeah,
I
The
was
poor
drinking-
jury
What
went to a
happened to him?
damn table.
See, I was
Yeah.
I
if
was
Judge
yeah.
had listened to jury, Judge might be singing a different tune
now
right now.
look, that is exactly what I was saying. And Necro resounded it. Like, Judge, what the fuck is wrong with you? This whole fucking time you've been cheating and fucking having jury strut her
He's
pussy out there.
Trying to prove himself.
Well,
I do want to get
prove
to
yourself,
my
loser.
two favorite matches of the night. And, I guess we skipped people. You know how it goes on this fucking show, dude.
Yeah.
We rock around the clock tonight, We fucking drink our... by the way, Larry, add your recommendation. I got Blood Orange. By the way, on your recommendation.
That's the one. That's the one, that 8%er.
And we chill and we smoke and we drink and we shoot the shit. But, for anybody else out there, just know that, like, once we unlock the juices, like, you see what we did. You see what you made us do. But my two favorite matches of the night were Redacted versus Masada in a last man standing match. And then, of course, and listen, I loved that match, but I also hated that match because I knew the whole time how much danger Dr. Redacted was in. And that was proven to me by the gash in his head, the fucking skewers in either side of his skull, the fact that he always broke his fucking leg.
Dude, fucking Masada put him in like a fucking inverted tarantula.
Brian, I'm
was
so glad you said
insane.
that because on commentary, I said inverted tarantula. And then Necro Butcher said, no,
Because
that's the tarantula
mm-mm.
that Tajiri used to do. But no, actually.
Tajiri used to be upside down, right?
But oh my God, who am I? Necro Butcher is 10 beers in. I'm about to correct him on what's inverted and what's not. He already was punching me in the arm as hard as humanly possible, telling me that I tricked him into doing commentary by the second match. I have a bruise.
Poor guy.
But I'm glad you said inverted tarantula because mathematically speaking, it's not inverted. But if you look at the definition of tarantula, it was.
Right, 100%.
It was like a fakey tarantula.
It was, dude. It looked awesome.
It was like a nollie tarantula.
It was dope as fuck, dude.
At the moment, like this was like the least opportune moment for Dr. Redacted to have to be stretched upside down because he had a gash in his head that was like 3 inches long and fucking 2 inches wide. And all of a sudden, Masada's like, okay, now you're upside down for 30 seconds.
Dude, at one point he was double skewered. He looked like a fucking reindeer.
Sean, were you alive? Did you see this on stream?
I did. I actually watched it at home because I couldn't help but not buy the stream on streamxpw.com so I could see
Replay available
exactly
now. Replay
what
available.
we did. But I did catch Masada and Dr. Redacted's match, and it was a beautiful car crash. That's the way I like to say it.
Well, and it definitely felt like one of these old school death match
Hard hitting.
matches
Hard hitting.
where the guy who lost and got absolutely fucking demolished won the love and respect a little bit more. Larry, you had a front row seat. What do you think about this, Dr.
Walked out like Foley.
Redacted Masada, last man standing? Okay.
I thought it was great. Hey, without Schlack there, I feel like that Redacted got the loudest reaction from the crowd upon entrance. I think that Masada got a pretty sizable one. Of course, you know, when I came out, motherfuckers were on their feet. But I think that with no Schlack, hands down, the biggest kind of like entrance, our guy is here, was for Redacted.
Cool to see him at XPW.
There was definitely an air in the building that Redacted was going to get murdered, and he definitely almost did. It was funny because I guess Redacted had some like early offense, and Necro on commentary is just like, like Masada's getting his ass kicked. What the fuck's going on, Brian? What are you doing?
This is the Rick Simpson oil, the RSO.
Jesus Christ.
RSO. Hey,
My favorite match
I'm about to die, so let's get to... Did we do everything?
My favorite match was Bryant Woods versus Homeless Jimmy. Jimmy.
Bryant Woods is literally like this Jajul, I'll take it from his dad, said earlier, he's a WWE kind of looking wrestler. And I'll be honest, like when the dude walked in the building, I was like, yo, who the hell is that? Like that is a mountain of a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a wrestler. That's something kind of reminded me of Barbarian. You remember how Barbarian used to look when he came out? Mm-hmm. Just jacked and just ready to go.
Unreal. It's kind of like unreal. He looks like a specimen, dude. It's
well, do y'all remember?
Like kind of like Ken Dixon,
Bryant
like similar
Woods?
to Ken Dixon.
Do y'all remember the Bryant Woods from the early days of GCW?
No.
Same guy.
Okay, nobody does.
Same. He was in the first Tournament of Death, Larry.
Survival.
So first Tournament of Survival. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, he's been around for a while, but he fought 50-year-old homeless Jimmy, the OG of XPW.
And by that point,
title versus title.
Oh yeah, this guy. Look at this shit, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Wild, bro. Wild. Like what?
Well, and you know, and I probably at this point, and once again, I brought 4 bottles of water to commentary, but Necro Butcher insisted on a plastic bag full of beer from Bryant Woods. Somebody had Busch Lights with them, and he was like, "Go to this guy, tell him that Necro Butcher needs a plastic bag full of beers." So by this point,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just remembered who was Pillbilly's partner. It was Tommy Trainwreck, and Tommy Trainwreck, it was the nicest person probably that I met that night, and I just have to put Tommy Trainwreck over.
Nicer than Sean or Kid Osborne?
I'm about to die. I'm sorry. I might have to say bye before you close it out. I'm sorry.
Tommy Trainwreck.
I'm really about to go. I'm sorry.
Cool.
Plus, it's 9:12.
Well, it's 9:12 because you were 12 minutes late, Larry. It's the stream is at 1:59.
Touche. We're not going to have silence. We can keep going.
Shut up, Brian.
all right.
Yo, I think Sean should shut up. And like, what is the point of you talking shit to me?
All right, stop it. Let's sign off. Let's not leave Larry in the lurch. I want to go around the fucking bend. Larry, what was your favorite part of the show?
Commentating with Necro.
Mine too. Brian, what was your favorite part of the show?
I guess I would have to say getting my dead uncle's bongos back because they were extremely important to me. And I guess I loved being at XPW with my fellow deathmatch friends.
It was, in spite of everything that happened, what a time, what a vibe. Everyone is so nice. Feel like we might have a little something going on. Or maybe we don't. Sean, Final thoughts, favorite part of this weekend, XPW. Look what you made me do.
Starting the final chapter of Brian Ginsburg.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep an eye out for more Blvd Bullies. You know, I don't know. Whatever the fuck it is that we do. We are definitely doing, and you heard it here, Kid Osborne agreed. Bongo's on a high place. Bongo's in a very high place match for the Blvd Bullies Backyard Barbecue Bongo Bonanza 2. Invite only, undisclosed location. I am going to find us fucking referee because that shit's beneath me now. You know, like no ring referees, stupid. I'm a commentator now. So, on behalf of Bad Take Bry, Ginsburg, July, the merch guy, parentheses, injured, on behalf of Ringside Sean and Ringside Snake. Sorry, just got to appeal to everyone. And the
Rolls right off the tongue,
CZW Hall of Famer, the voice of XPW. You looked great. You were the best dressed man I know. Also, quick shout out, without even calling each other, I wore the New York Knicks 33, Larry wore the Larry Bird 33, and Sean's brother Pork Chop Express wore the Grant Hill 33. So you know that some fucking meta satanic shit was going down, and it's just beginning. So thank you for watching. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for supporting us and giving us the juice and the support to have the trust and the fucking go-ahead to be our fucking stupid selves on whatever wrestling show we decide to fucking descend on. And we love all of you. And comment this video, like this video, share the Kid Osborne, do the things, buy the merch, support Larry Legend. Unless you're a hater. Because if that is who you are, I got a piece of advice for you. Die slow! Oh, boy. We almost had it. I lingered too long. Die slow, out of time. Bye-bye. We lost him. We lost Larry. Bullies.